what's going on, everybody? We got a couple of paintings we got to do. So let's go ahead and get this started. Yeah. It might be too small, but whatever. You should leave your door open though, so Fern could get in. All right, so fairly early in the morning right now. We shall paint anyway. I've got work to finish. Let's go. Let's see. Actually, no, let's take some quick photos of these two paintings here, since we've got them. Let's go. Let's see. I got this. I'm gonna set this up right here. No, let's be forward a little bit more. It's got so much texture. This piece has so much texture on it. Let's see a good spot to take a photo of this. Let's do a photo of this one. What's going on, everybody? Just knocking out some quick photos real quick. Quick photos real quick. Is that a good explanation of what I'm about to do? What we're doing right now? Right now. Actually, no, let's put a canvas on here so that we have something. Actually, one thing at a time, dude. That's the thing about me. I have too many things on my mind. Many things on my mind. I wonder why this didn't come out as shiny. All right. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to our next painting. Let's see. What should we paint over? I need something to paint over. Which painting will it be? Let's do this one, shall we? We're going to paint over this piece right here. I'll leave this painting up here though. Just going to get started with this one. Isn't that nice? Let's go ahead and get nice and close. Where's a good angle? Is that a good angle? We're doing some small paintings for the time being. All right, let's see what's next here. Got a few projects that I need to do. So we got this one. Kimon, Brendan, Suggies. Hey. All right, let's do this next one. All right. Well, this could be. No, let's go for a little bigger one on this. Just a little bigger on this. This is a one I've painted over a couple of times. A little abstract piece. Let's go ahead and start the painting on this one. 1280 Peter. All right, 1280. Thank you for sharing that message. Very nice thing to wake up to. Very nice thing to share with people. So what makes you share that one specifically? What makes you share that quote? Why does this morning feel like a Peter 2:24 morning to you? All right, so starting off with some loose sketching, we're going to use what the heck? My palette is backwards. This is unacceptable. Someone moved my palette. Very unacceptable. Okay, let's see. We're going to take some black, using our blacks here. This black is really just an outline. It's not, black isn't really a typical color for modern realism. But it is a great color. And by the way, I'm not even painting realism, so it's impressionist in nature. All right, let's zoom in on this little baby. Honestly, I think I need a wider. Let me fit the frame like right here. All right, we're gonna start the sketch here. Let's go. Start the sketch, grab some mineral spirit just to loosen up my paint a little bit. Or a lot, I should say. And let's go. First mark. Let's keep this going. Get down right here. That seems about a good angle. I'll give the head a bit more shape right here. And I'm just using my artist hold you know, when you hold the brush, not like a pencil. Yeah, this feels so natural to me, but sometimes I like to switch it up just to feel more artistic. I don't actually do this necessarily for any reason other than to feel more like an artiste. Also, by the way, the real reason that you might do this is so you can actually see what you're doing. Because if I'm doing like this, sometimes the angle, but if I do it like this, I get a whole view of everything. So that's the real reason you would actually actually do it like this. Who's up at this time in the morning? Who's awake? Should be about the length of the ear. And then we come down and get the little face right there. Right there. Let's just add a little bit of shape for the face, for the eyes. A little bit of an angle. All right, so getting that started right now. Let's go. And then we're gonna go around like round that little roundness right here. Roundness of the body, flatten it out a little bit, about halfway. Bring this down. The little tail right there. Let's try to find a better spot for this. This foot right here, cat's foot. Let's get the interior of the paw here. So we're gonna get the interiors of the paws, kind of come up like this on the shoulder area, right under the chin here. And the rest is fur. So we're gonna go, oh, you know what? This like actually comes around. That's where the tail starts, like right here. So the tail, this is actually the tail right here. All right, cool. So we've got our basic idea. They had this, what? They had the same couch as this. Just noticed that. All right, anyway. Funny. These people have the same exact couch as this. All right, let's go like this. All right, so we're just gonna start to fill in. You know what? I need a bigger brush for this. This brush is a little too small. Zedits. There we go. There's your. What are you saying? Who are these people? All right, let's go to a bigger brush and get this bigger brush right here. We'll grab our black, get a nice gray going. It's gonna start to define some of the space around our cat here. Get a nice gray right there. Get a nice gray. Don't want to skimp on the oil paint, so going to be pretty generous with the oil paint here. There, and get a little bit of this gray into the. Go right down there. Let's see. And here we go. Come in like this. Bring this ear down. I'm just filling in the gray spaces for now. That's first. And we're gonna fill in the white, and then we're gonna fill in the rest. And then we'll just go from there. Pretty nice and easy here. Pretty nice, straightforward, easy to do. Nice and relaxing, chill. Nice, chill, and relaxing activity. And let's go, we're gonna go with black. Let's try to find some things that are black here. So we're gonna go like this, right into the tail. And some black around the eyes, like right there. Some markings put down. Alright, let's actually add a bit of shadow underneath the paws just to create a little bit of separation. There's got to be a little bit of separation so we can see where these paws kind of come apart here. And Chanel. Add this tail, right, coming up right under there. what can we do about this color? It's a little bit more. Actually, you know what? This actually goes onto his paw a little bit. So we're gonna paint that in, and then we're gonna use black. We're just gonna go over everything with a nice deep black here. All right, let's go ahead. Aaron, how have I been? I've been great. Are we connected on Instagram? I don't know. I keep my Instagram right now, currently at present, is quite a bit more active than my YouTube channel. It's hard. YouTube's not really a channel for photographers unless unless you're a unless like you're like doing tutorials and stuff. Like if you're a photographer teacher, because you can't really, I mean, I guess you could do live streams on the road with it, on the road, right? But I don't know, I just don't feel like YouTube is the best channel for photographers. Or if it is, like it is, like if you're selling, like to other photographers, like if you're selling tutorials or something, but I don't know, I guess I just haven't figured it out yet. So that's why I haven't been posting more on YouTube. It's a little bit more challenging to figure out a system for, you know what, this could use a hint of red. Let's try to find a hint of red somewhere. You know what we're gonna do? The dash of red. No, let's use our pink blush color, our rose blush. A picture for all Asians. That's funny. Is that what you remember I said? If only you remembered the good stuff that I said. My good quotes, not my weird quotes. People are only ever, that's a life lesson right there. People will only ever remember the weird stuff that you say, not the brilliant. I mean, maybe the brilliant if all you ever say is brilliant things, smart things. Got a little belly going on right here, just like my cat. Ah, you're weird. Well, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. The world is a weird place. Why not play the game of being weird? All right, and this paw is overlapping, so we're gonna let this paw overlap here. So what's going on? What is in the world of Aaron W? What is going on in the world of Aaron W? We're gonna make this section a bit more highlighted. So this one's gonna come around. Gotta make sure we try to keep that separation there. And let's go ahead and get some more paint here. Get the white. And find like this subtle pink glow. There's a subtle pink glow happening. I want to capture that. Not totally white, just a little pink glow here. More white is necessary. And let's go like this. Boom. Come down here. We're gonna add some more. Let's go bring some more of this white in. And get nice and deep with this white. Let's go. It's gonna go right into here. All right, almost there. The details have been built up. Come down here, fill out his little chin area. It's very pointy little chin right there. And honestly, this white, go under the eyes with our white here. There we go. Let's come around. I'm gonna sand face down and throw another coat on like glass. Painted a tailgate black. So like tailgate on a truck, you painted it black. Like with actual tailgate paint or with just like house paint? How did you, what's the process of that? Because tailgate paint, I guess, is really specific, right? Like, how do you do it? And I don't know if you did it for creative reasons or like, because it was looking kind of not so good. Like what inspired the painting of the tailgate here? Let's just fill this in. Fill the mouth in right here. Got little babies. And we're going to give them the pink nose here. Let's grab a little pink nose. All right, so we got this. I'm gonna come around like that. Start to bring in some of this pink space right here. Bam and bam. Oh. Okay. What is up with his body? Oh yeah, here we go. His proportions are a little off, but you know what? We're just gonna stick with it. All right, let's see. What should we do for the background? Let's go. What should we do for the background? You know what? We're gonna leave the background like this. Let's just leave the background like this. We're not gonna do anything with the background. We're gonna keep this painting here. I will define the face a little bit. I have to do 4 pet portraits, by the way, so that's what we're aiming for today. 4 pet portraits. With a little break. We shall take a little break, but not too much of a break. All right, let's go tighten up the eyes, the face area. You had just a factory sealer. Automotive. Mittens has been a good cat name. Mittens is a great cat name. Mittens is a fantastic cat name. All right, we're gonna go with our fine detail brush, or like a semi-fine, not totally fine, just semi-fine. And let's go ahead and define the area around the eyes. Oof, this brush is hard. Haven't used it in a while. We're going to define the blacks more, the blacks of his fur, the darker areas, and then we're gonna establish the white on his fur, and then we're going to let's get the shape of his eyes a little better. Little triangle on the tip of his nose here. It's a black triangle. You know what? Maybe even a little bit of brown, like a really dark brown, would do wonders. Really dark brown. So we're gonna grab our yellow ochre here. Just right in the eye, underneath the eye here. Nope, needs to be lighter. Lighter brown. What did I say? I said dark brown. This needs to be a light brown. Just to start to add color into their eyes. And then on this side. Put down a little bit of detail here. Very colorful cat, actually. Surprisingly colorful. But I also think it's the lighting. They got this like extra lighting that adds the color to the cat here. Yo, thanks, Marcus. I'm gonna go bring in some subtle whites of the eyes, some very subtle whites of the eyes. Let's actually bring this around. Let's get his lips nice and detailed here. So we're gonna go. You know, I need a bigger brush than this. This brush is good for like, the little details, but it is no longer doing its job. Let's go with a slightly bigger brush, just ever so slightly bigger. Let's grab our white. I'm just gonna brighten up. Ooh, that's pink. We can work with that. Let's go like this. Ooh, too much pink. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What are we gonna do? It's gonna go down and so just try to blend it in, huh? I mean, there's pinks all over this image, so captures the personality of their environment. And here we go, grabbing some more white. Let's try to find this space right here. Find this space. And you know what? Let's go. Let's go black, just to define his little details up here a little better. And then we're going to come right into here. Let's see how we can establish this zone of shadow here, just to create separation in the paw. Oh, I see what needs to happen. So this part needs to come down. And then our white. I'm going to go back in with our white. Hey, take care, dude. Let me go throw in some white down here. Nice thick chunk of white. That's not thick enough. It's got to be enough to add deep, thick detail to the fur. shape's so awkward, but it's okay. It is okay. It is part of the creative concept. I did it on purpose. Still cute, right? That's the important thing. Just keep it cute. Let's get our white again. Some nice deep whites into the face right here. Let's go boom. Let's just add in the let's add in some of the various hairs. Need to thin the paint a bit so it spreads a little better here. Going for some whiskers. He's even got some eyebrows. And here's the fun part, a little bit of expression. There we go. Let's go for some expressing. And you know what? Just a couple little more marks. Let's just do a couple little marks here. A couple little dark marks around the face, just to top this all off. And actually, we're going to, you know what? Let's tighten up the nose. Actually, let's do the marks first. I'm gonna go right down here, mark. And this is gonna be a mark little shape on the nose. All right, that's cool. And then let's do this. We're gonna take our black. We're gonna outline. Gonna outline the cat. Give our cat a nice deep outline of black. Nice deep black outline. Try to keep an expressive outline, you know. You don't want it to be overly rigid. Same way when we start our painting. It's not going to be the same way we end. Some more of this black paint. We're going to separate the tail just a little bit. And let's see, we're going to go around the top of this. We're going to keep this little section kind of like soft and gentle. You know, get his little paw in there. Be selective about where we put our little things, little marks. Let me see, he has some very dark spots at the top of his head, so I want to capture that. All right, and I think this is gonna be it. So we're gonna go. All right, his body's definitely a little bit. The shape's a little funny. His proportions are more like a kitten's. Maybe a bit more like a kitten's, but that's it. All right, we'll go ahead and throw there. What cat is this? All right, so that's one down. Let's go on to our next one. Oh. Let's see. Let me put this piece away. This one over here. Then leave this one up top. It's an interesting abstraction. No. Not it. Let's see. All right, let's go with this one. Where'd my brush go? Where's the brush? Actually, you know what I want to do? I want to go a little bit, change this one up a little bit. We're going to go with a bigger brush. Let's grab a nice big brush, and we're going to just color this whole thing a nice deep gray. Let's go grab our black, grab our white here. I want to find a nice deep gray for this. What would be a good gray? Gray with a hint of gray with a hint of yellow. Hint of yellow ochre. I'm doing this one a little differently than the others. Getting our nice deep gray here. Yo, what's up, Aura? Electric Aura. How's it going? Building up our base layer. Actually, we're not even going to layer this, so I can't really even call this a layer. Just building up our base right now. Nice gray base here. Why gray? Because it is a gray cat. All right, now let's go over it. Hmm. trying to think, how does a cat's nose look like from the side? No, I don't like this little section right here. How do I fill this in? Kind of messed it up now. Uh-oh. You know what? Let's redo this whole thing. Let's take this, take a nice rag and just erase it all. Let it all blend together. What am I drawing today? I was drawing a cat. But I was trying to do something more abstract. So let's start that all over again. Let's go black. Start with 2 cat's eyes on one side. Let's stagger them a little. And let's see, right here, I'm gonna go. All right, let's go and add some white into this. Let's go throw in some of the whiskers. You know, we're gonna add a little bit of color, just a little bit. Let's see. This paint is not dry. Ah, perfect. Perfect color. Start to add in just a little bit. And then we're gonna take this color. Where's our yellow? I had a yellow ochre here. Ah, here we go. I'm gonna paint the crown. Paint the crown a nice shade of this color as well. Let's go ahead and, you know what? I'm gonna add a little bit of this. Just to brighten it up a little bit. You know, all cats have hair in their ears, so let's try to just add that in a little bit. I'm gonna add some hair into the ear here. Little accents. Of course, every cat has a pink tongue, right? Let's go ahead and give him a pink tongue. I need a nice deep pink, otherwise it won't show up here. And I don't want to get too fancy now. Just want to add a little bit of white into the teeth, and we're done with this one. Let's go. You know what? Let's just keep it. No, let's go. Let's go in there. All right, I think we're done with this one. Now we're going to put this one off to the side now. Work on our next project. Let's see who our next victim is. All right, we're going to use this one. This cat is a wild one. It's similar to last time. We're actually going to do more figurative work here. Oh no, I ruined one of my brushes. I left the paint on. Damn it. Excuse my language. Good brush too. Oh, it didn't go too bad, so my Rosemary and Co. brush. I'm just gonna let it sit in our mineral spirit for a few minutes. Let me see what other brushes have paint on them. I should probably just clean it off right now. All right, this cat. Another cat. You know, I thought black paint, my big black paint tube, would be the last one that I ended up using up. But I finally have finished using up my black paint tube. So it's actually almost. Still got some more work to do, but let's go ahead and open this up. And let's make use of our tube squeezer. One of the most handy tools to get an extra 10 to 20% out of your paint tube. And that's a lot of paint too. Because if you think about it, 10 to 20% of 200 milliliters is 10 to 20 milliliters. Some of the small tubes are less than 20 milliliters. Some of the small tubes that you pay hundreds of dollars for are less than 20 milliliters. So it's actually quite valuable to have this tool here. So we're gonna go abstract with this one too. We're not totally abstract, but also not totally figurative. This cat definitely has some attitude, so. Got half an ear. Half her ear's cut off. This cat has some pretty distinct features that you can actually shape out. So I'm actually going to shape out the majority of his colors here. Or just and let's see, we're gonna have white coming down from here. And this other white gonna come from right from up there. And then let's go, this will be orange. All right, let's start. This is a good beginning. All right, start with black. I'm gonna fill in the major color zones here with black. So right into here. Very sassy cat. Just very dense color here. For this one, I'm not too focused on the overly specific, getting too overly specific with everything. Let's see, we're gonna come around. We're going to bring color down into his leg area. And now let's see, we're gonna clean off this brush. Gonna grab our whites. Let's actually use some clean titanium white. Nice clean titanium white. Just to, give the opposite effect of the black. It's going to help to abstractify everything. It's not a word. Abstractify? That's a word. If it's not a word, we're making it a word. Let's make it a word. All right, let's grab this white, some more this white. We're gonna come down right here. And now let's go right under the chin here. It's got a little bit of detail under the chin that's just ends up being white. And now let's go. I'm gonna grab some orange. Some orange cat. Actually, let's do. I have an orange. I have an orange. I'm gonna go. I have an orange. Maybe this will be a good color. Our deep French yellow. Let's see how this ends up. What's the color of the deep French yellow? Is it an orange? It's very mustard. I don't think that's the right color. If I add a mustard with a yellow ochre, this might actually give me the color that I want. Actually, you know what? Let's use this. It's like a mustard color, but we can make it work. Let's go. Now we're going to add a bit of our yellow ochre and we could add some red. Add our yellow ochre, just a hint, and then add a bit of red, and I think that should give us what we want, hopefully. All right, so let's go mix this yellow ochre. Grab the yellow ochre, add our yellow, add a hint of our little bit of red here. Is the color that I want? It's like a peach. Let's see. Just gonna lay it down here. All right, not bad. That's a good color. That's a decent color, actually. And we're gonna go. We're keeping this cat nice and flat as far as the colors go. And let's grab our white. here. This one, space right here. We go a little bit more subtle into these areas, less total distinction. These areas tend to be a bit more diverse as far as the color goes. So we're going to capture that. And let's clean off this brush right now. We got to go into this section right here. We're going to let's add our pure black, pure ivory black. It's going to come into here. Let's go straight underneath this orange section. Just go like that. And then we're going to come under here. We're going to go like this. Oh, here we go. Something else we almost missed. Right into here, we need some black. Okay, so some finishing touches here. We're going to add a green, which is, this is actually a yellow, anise. I guess anise is like a green, huh? It's almost like a lime green. We're going to use the anise color for the eyes. So we're gonna use a small brush for this. Nice small brush. Grab like a nice pure anise mixed with some of our French yellow, mostly anise, maybe a little bit of yellow ochre, just to lighten it up a little bit. Sassy cat. One sassy cat. All right, let's do this. One final touch here. I'm gonna go grab a pink red, or like a muted pink red. Oh, you know what? Here we go. A little bit of a touch up around the nose here. Grab our orange. And this is going to come right into here. Excuse me. Oh. Let's add its whiskers too now. I'm gonna add some whiskers. So some nice white whiskers here. Loosen the paint up, use the mineral spirits. Some nice bold whisker work. Now for some signatures. Or not my signature, but the name of the cat's signature. Let's go. Let's see. What's this cat's name? This one is Muffin. Ah, this cat has way more attitude than a muffin, but maybe that's why it makes it cute. Whew. All right. One more. Let's do one more pet portrait. Bad. Fun day so far. All right, let's do one more pet portrait here. Put this one down. And all right, let's do this last one. All right, some of my early paintings. Honestly, I was just experimenting with various. This looks like I painted it when I was like 2 years old, right? But I think that's how you learn. If you're an adult and you want to get into painting, might as well pretend like you're 2 and you're learning an activity all over again. Anyway, let's see. It is This creature is taller than it is wide. How do I even... Okay. So this one, I have to draw... I'm doing a hermit crab. How do I want to tackle this? So I guess hermit crabs have like 4 antennae. Gennae. They have 4 antennas. How should I begin with the hermit crab? All right, we're just gonna go like this. We're just gonna start. So with these little eyes right here. So I'm not a cartoonist, so I'm trying to like... But also, I'm not a total realist artist, so we're gonna go like this. So starting with that. And this one is gonna go like this. And let's go, let's see, this shell. I wonder how you take care of a hermit crab. That is one beautiful shell. All right, let's start by how should we tackle this one? I think I'm going to go minimal on the color here. Um, this little crab knows how to wave. That's kind of cool. All right. Let's go. I'm gonna keep the colors fairly accurate. I'm not gonna get too creative with these colors. I'm gonna try to make certain things pop. But I want to maintain like this expressive work here, so I don't want to ruin these lines. don't want to ruin the line work. You know what? I can even add a hint more red into this next area. Some more pinks, some more reds. Maybe this one could even use some of that. That's one great thing. One fascinating thing about Japanese artwork is how they're able to achieve so much with so little. You know, such minimal brushwork. And I'm not saying that that's what I'm doing. I'm just saying that this would be a good time for like figures like this. You know, if you're trying to capture like an unusual creature. All right, let's go for some yellows now. Lighten yellows. Should be closer to white, but should go. This is definitely not the color. I think I need more green. Let's grab more of this green here. And more of the green. Add more of the white. And I can actually use some of this color into here. Oh wait, actually into here too. And this can go on this part of the hermit crab's arms. Let's see, that goes in there. Can actually color this part. Let's see, how do we, what's this section right here? Killing it with the pet portraits. Yeah, yeah. That's right. That's what we do here. We kill it. Kill it with the pet portraits. And let's go, we're gonna darken the inside of their cave, their body, cave body. But I don't want to go totally black. You know, let's go with a hint of red just to add some excitement into there so it's not too dull. What's that? Why is that? Oh. And now you see it. There we go. Ah. Let's see. What should I do with the background? I just don't like the good day dog. Good day dog. Good day dog sign. So what can I do about that? Let's go. No, let's go with a dark gray background. That's kind of the theme they have, so let's go with whatever, whatever the client already has given us. The theme, their personality. I need a bigger brush. There's a crab of hermits. But this one's a social hermit crab. It actually seems like it interacts. It's waving. It's a waving hermit crab. Oh no, stop. Stop running. Stop running. No. I'll have to repaint this section, but oops. I think the backdrop adds color variety. Adds a variety of colors to this piece that wouldn't have originally been there. I just don't want it to be overly done. I don't want it to overly take over. This would be a good piece if I was going to do sumi e on. You don't know what sumi e is? It's like the art of like Japanese minimalist painting, spelled SUMI apostrophe. What's that sign? Dash E. SUMI dash E. Sumi E. Basically any sort of like painting style where it's just like, use the paint, use like a brush. You might use like a brush pen, right? And You just create these like very expressive work. Oh yeah, I think it's called a Japanese ink brush painting or Japanese ink painting or the art of sumi-e. I think turning it gray kind of ruined it. It had so much personality before. What happened? All right, let's go ahead and fix this up. Got a couple more. We're gonna go back into some details here. Not too much, but just a little bit. And let's redefine his little whiskers again. So we're going to go from like right here. Redefine this whisker. It goes out. Bam. And let's go back to our black. I'm going to enlarge its eyes. Give it some nice, big, chunky eyes. This one got a little bit messed up, so we're going to go. Let's make some more confident brushwork as far as the shape goes. We're going to create our lines a little bit better. Redefine our lines, our shapes. Lines always help to define everything. I guess as they say, you got to use the line weight. Drawing 101. understanding how the weight of the line affects everything, which I didn't study enough. So knowing where to create thick lines and where to create thin lines, that is a science worth knowing. Where should your lines be bold and where should they be nice and thin? Let's see, right into here, can actually add some detail. Let's add little red dots. I'm gonna add little pink red dots here. Okay, we're gonna clean that brush off. And now we're gonna start putting in sticks and stones. Sticks and sticks. bring in a variety of colors here. I'm going to add some highlight areas. So we're going to add some of these as a highlight here. Right around here. Let's go boom, 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 boom. And let's go ahead and add some orange. You know what? Let's add some yellows in here. I'm going to bring in our yellows. I guess with the gray, it just keeps the colors really subtle, so I'm just gonna have to live with that. Makes the you know, it kind of dulls the colors a little bit, but this isn't overly bright space that this little guy is in. All right, we're actually gonna let's play with these reds. Throw them in here. Throw in some of our reds in there, mix up our colors a little bit. So it's not just so bland, you know. Let some of these colors mix in. No, let's go. Let's do his antennae again. His antennae are gonna come. Why is there cat hair? All right, let's go. All right, this one looks like a buttercup. All right, Sebastian. Oh, yeah, that would have been a good name, actually. Yeah, that would have been a good name. But you know what? We are done for the day. I have to put his name somewhere, though. Where should I put his name? Oh, you know what? I need some darker blacks around the side here. These spaces right here. Let's figure out how to write his name in here without. Gotta get just the right brush. I think this brush should be good. Some nice deep black. You know what? Should we use black? Could probably use a. Yeah, you know what? Let's go with this color here. Did I finish the cat portrait? Yes, we finished all the cat portraits. They have all been finished, completed. It's time for the photos. Before we do that, let's make sure all our brushes are cleaned off, because I lose so many good brushes that way, you know? Use so many good brushes when you don't clean it off properly. So many. We have finished all of the cat paintings. All right. Not gonna clean up. Not gonna pack up just yet, but I do want to do this. I'm gonna go through each of these paintings and get a nice little photo of it. This one has too much light reflecting. There we go. I can aggressively crop it. This is another one. Not the cat known as Hubert. Hubert. It's got so much reflection though. So much reflection. Let me see how I can minimize that. Does it all have to have? I just rotate this and turn it. Light, that E is just way too bright. Let me see. E. It's E. Cropping can do magic. Yeah, that E, what if I flip it over? If I flip it over, maybe it'll finally work. Maybe it's just the E that just happens to be extra bright. Gosh. How should I do this? think it'll look better in the shadow. Let me see where I can actually find the shadow. I don't need this laptop anymore. Ideally, I would like to let this sit for a couple days and let the painting mat up a little bit. But I don't have a couple days. Probably redo that. The first painting of the hermit crab. No, I think the last one was as good as it's gonna get. And now for Winnie. Look at Winnie. Winnie's a cute cat, right? She's a cute cat. Alright, that's all, folks. So, with that, let's close up our supplies. Who had a good time on this stream? I know I did. With that, let's have some wise words of the day. What would be a good wise word for today? Don't drink paint water. What do you think? All right, everybody, take care. Have a great day. Thank you for being here. Really great rest of your day, people. Goodbye.